The first thing you're going to want to do when you get in the room is pop that room key card right in, and that'll get your lights and AC and everything working. This is going to be the same as a standard balcony room really on any breakaway class ship. In the cabins that say they will accommodate 3 people, they will make up this couch into a bed, and on shipboard map that'll be represented with a triangle, and if you see a plus sign, that's going to sleep 4, and the only difference in those cabins is there will be a Pullman in the ceiling that you would pull down and create bunk beds. So that's how the room sleeps 4. Now this is configured as a queen size bed, but you can almost see where the divider is there. You can also separate these and go with a twin configuration. You can see here you've got plenty of storage in the room on the sides here. You've got a lot of storage in the closet. The closet really does hold a lot. You've got a safe. I would recommend using the safe, putting your passport, anything like that in there. Now, one thing I really like on Norwegian, and I've experienced this on all the ships, they give you plenty of hangers. I have seen on Amazon, they'll advertise like hangers for cruise ships, but I mean, 19 hangers. So I think that's sufficient. So plenty of storage, and plenty of storage under the bed too. Now, one thing I just noticed that I think is new are these charging ports. Before, they did not have the USB-C port. They just had a USB-A port. So that is really nice feature. That is definitely an upgrade. Both sides have nice nightstands. There's even a little storage behind you. I don't know what you would use this for. And then coming around the room, TV's not huge, but frankly, I don't come on cruises to watch a lot of TV, although it is nice to have in the evening. And then you get your room service menu. The remote is stuck in here. Again, more storage here in the desk. I mean, just really plenty of storage. Now, this should be the mini fridge. Yep. Open that up. It's not huge, but it's enough to throw a couple of things in. Now, what you can do is ask your room attendant to empty it out, and then you can put your own stuff in there. I don't think I've ever done that. We've had very few things to stick in there. There's the hair dryer, and then this little seat for using the desk or the vanity. It also has plenty of storage in it. And then this is removable. I think you could use that as like a little coffee table sitting on the couch. And in terms of storage, you also have 2 really large drawers under the couch. So that is a really nice amount of storage. So I gotta say, there is just plenty of storage in this room. And then plenty of desk space, just plenty. And there's your phone. That's what you would use to call for room service. You can make restaurant reservations, housekeeping, if you need anything, set up a wake-up call, any of that kind of stuff. Now, as far as power goes, there are actually plenty of outlets. On the left side, you've got 2 US outlets, and on the right, 2 standard European outlets. But one thing I really like, and I think this must have been done during the refurbishment last year, is they've added a USB-C and a USB-A port here. Now, I will say I tested those 2 ports, and the USB-A port is incredibly slow. USB-C port is significantly faster. So one of the things I like to do to increase the amount of available power is I have this international travel adapter, and it's nice. It's got 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As, and then it's also got a standard US plug. What you can do is just pop that into the right side European outlet, and that keeps the USB-C and USB-A on this outlet free, and then that gives you significant more charging space. Now, if you have any questions at all during the tour, please drop those in the comment. And if you're finding this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a like. Now, not part of the standard room, but one thing I always request is a coffee maker. When you meet your cabin steward, ask him if they have a coffee maker, and usually they do. I don't know if they have enough for every room, but I've always had luck getting one. You can see it's just a little single cup coffee maker, but it really does the trick, and it's super handy to have in the morning. It just takes these little coffee pods, and actually the coffee's quite good. Now, another thing I like to ask for is an iron and ironing board. Now, they do not give you that to keep all the time, but they will loan it to you for a couple of hours. You do your ironing, you set it back out, and they take it. Now, on these breakaway class ships, I do prefer decks 9 to 11, maybe 12, because they do seem quieter to me, and I like the location midship to aft. I like being fairly close to that aft elevator bank and stairwell. That way, if you want to shoot up to deck 15 to the pool, the buffet, that kind of thing, you can just shoot up the elevators. Or conversely, if you want to drop down, you can take the stairs to deck 6, 7, or 8, where you've got deck 8 with the waterfront, deck 6 and 7 with different restaurants. I just find it's a really good location. It's quiet, but everything's very accessible. So one thing to note, if the door to your balcony is open, the AC will not work. It shuts off after about 2 minutes. You can see with the door open, the AC is off, and I try to turn it on, it won't stay on. So that's really important. If you want to stay comfortable, keep your door closed. Nice little balcony. You got 2 chairs and a table, little coffee table there. Plenty of room. It's really a nice spot. I really love a balcony. So here's another view of the room coming from the balcony. You got your sofa there. I'll say between the closet, under the bed, all these little nooks and crannies. Here, even under the seat. There is more than enough storage in this room. You should not have an issue with storage. All right, let's check out the bathroom. Pretty standard, nice size bathroom. You've got your sink, toilet, shower right here. Shower is very nice size. It's all pretty standard. And again, a lot of storage. You've got your drying rack. Let's see, that connects over there. So if you're doing any laundry, which I will do on occasion, here is your light for the bathroom. It's actually on the outside, which I like. 2 hangers right there. Okay, here's the signals to your cabin attendant if you want the room made up. You just turn that on. That light indicates you want your room made up. And red is your do not disturb. White shows that the room is occupied because you have your key card. In the key. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you have to have your room key inserted to operate all the power. So if you leave the room and remove your room key, not only will it shut your lights off, but it will also kill the power to your outlets. So if you're going out at night, I wouldn't recommend doing this during the day. I don't know, it's up to you. But if you're going out in the evening and you want to leave anything charging while you're out of the room, you're going to have to replace that key with something. Now, I just keep an old cruise key and I just stick that in there. Keep your AC going, whatever you need. I don't do it during the day while we're out because I just feel like that's kind of wasteful. But if we're going out in the evening, dinner, show, that kind of thing, I'll swap these out. Plenty of power and plenty of storage. And you can see with the balcony, it really gives you a lot of natural light, which I really like. It's just nice to wake up to in the morning. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments. I respond to everything, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much.